All right, let's see if that has started our stream. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties today. Oh, there we go. That looks like it's a little bit better. All right. So I think we're getting there. Should be able to hop into my live stream now, and let's see what's going on there. Okay. I'm gonna pull up YouTube on my phone. I don't know, it looks like I'm live now. Very good. Hello. And let's also say hello in the game here. All right. Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry for the little bit late start. Had some odd technical difficulties. My software didn't want to start up. All right. So today, of course, it is my birthday, October the 20th. And we are going to have a little bit of a party here. At least the server is set up for that. We've got cake and all kinds of stuff, coffees and meats and treats and all kinds of things out here that you're welcome to having. We've got rock808's tasty birthday cake. We're gonna have diamonds and keys and gloves, magic gloves, rings, potions, all that kind of stuff. As well as superior coffee even, by the way. Only the best, right? And we've got little gift boxes and all kinds of other stuff, bottles and glasses of wine, amulets of endowment and other things there. Just scattered across our game map. So feel free to help yourself. Of course, lots of my friends are in here too, so they're not all active at the moment. I've asked that some of them stop by a little bit later when they can, but we can click on them a little bit and see who is here. So Sarita and let's see, I think that's Spiral right there. She'll be on in a little bit soon. Oops. Sometimes I found that I have to click a little bit off of them to actually see who it is. See, that's when I click on her, it's showing me really. And so I think I need to go one more down and to the left. There we go. Yep, that's Spiral. So sometimes the left clicking on the characters is not quite working properly, but sometimes it is. I think over here, if I do a left click on that person, yep, there's Sleepy over there, and I think that's Xanax, yep, and that might be Hothead, maybe Tiki. Hi Tiki. Very cool. And I think Let's see. Oh, yes. Doors are. Hey, how you doing? Glad that you are here. Although I think you're technically at work right now. So something else that I'm doing, if I'm not sure when the stream actually started, you're welcome to come and join us in the game and say hi in here. I guess I'll point out a little bit of how to do that for a couple of my friends that might not have seen that yet. Although since I don't have a Windows system, I can't actually follow through all the steps for downloading. But if we come over to here real quick, one thing that we want to show first, I guess, is you can come up to Darlantus.com. We can take out all of that stuff. You can just go to Darlantus.com, and this is our website. Discord is a way that we can have online discussions. In fact, that's kind of what this is right here, Discord. And we've got a game channel for ourselves, how to play, general suggestions, clips, and all this kind of stuff. And if you want to talk with me live with your microphone, you can join us on our Discord, and in the voice channels under our gaming section, we've got a place where you can chat live with me verbally right here. We also have text messages, of course, that can be sent for all of our players. If you're trying to say something, we can all chat in here. And then let's see, so if you want to get there, you can either click this link to join our Discord, or this is also an invite link to join our Discord as well. And then if you want to get in the game and play around with us there and take advantage of a lot of the birthday gifts and loot that we've got strung around the town, you're welcome to it. There is a much more detailed walkthrough of help on this link right here, which I won't step through, but it talks about, you know, where to go and how to download things and what you're gonna extract from the zip file and all that kind of stuff. Although this might be slightly outdated right now, because I think they made an easier way to download and install. So if you just start at step number 1 to download, then we're going to want to download the game client. And if you're not sure what a client is, you can click this link. Basically, the client is just a piece of software that you're going to download onto your machine that will let you connect to our server, because this is a multi-user game. So you need a piece of software at your house on your computer to connect to us, but then all of us are joined on my server that we can all communicate and interact together with. So you'll download the latest client. It is an exe file, and so this is I think it's a self-extracting, it's an installer for it that you can install on your Windows machine. And then once you install that, you'll look for something that's the Crossfire client gtk2.exe. And then when you run that, there'll be other machines that have other people running their own games. But what we want, what you want, is you want to find the darlantus.freedns.org. It should also say something about rock808 and raffle, my names. And so your screen will look something like this. I've kind of blurred out some of the others. Again, you want to look for Darlantus, freedns.org. And again, Darlantus and rock808. And then it should be here. And then you'll click on connect. And then you'll be in the game. Yeah, very good. Let me pull that back up. So when you start, one of the things that you could do is you could start off to be in Scorn. When you create your character, after you create your character, then you can choose what map to start in. And there is a tutorial, so if you really want to play for real, you can start through one of the tutorials, and when I see you log in here, I'll be happy to help you out. You can always chat in the game. There's this little window down here. We can just click in it, and then we can type the word chat, hello, and that sends your little chat message out to our global chat, where we can see other people chatting. And that would be a way. Also, of course, if you are a friend of mine and you're not overly technically savvy, then you can send me a message on Facebook, and I can kind of step you through that a little bit as well. So today we're just gonna have a really chill day and relax a little bit. Hey Christian, how you doing? I see you in YouTube chat there. Thanks for being here. All right. And I know that not all of my friends can be here all at the same time, which is kind of why I thought it would be nice to do a stream for a little bit. And then that way we can kind of come and go as everyone can. And even those people that can't interact, believe it or not, I have some friends that haven't installed the game yet. So for those friends, I thought a YouTube stream would be maybe the best, easiest way to interact with me, even if you're just watching the stream for my birthday, for even for a little bit. I thought that might be kind of fun. And then, of course, friends should be able to chat in the live stream with the text. And for verbally, we've got Discord, and we've also got the game chat. So all kinds of good stuff here. I don't plan to be doing a whole lot today as far as game stuff, unless someone has some questions, and then by all means I will be more than happy to talk about whatever it is that y'all want to talk about, getting in the game or solving a quest or something like that. Let's see, you can show how to log with the JX client. That's always alternative option. Absolutely, you can, indeed. So something else that I guess I can show, there is another client, again, another piece of software that you could install with. So if for some reason this GTK client is not working out well for you, then down here at the bottom of the screen, I've got a JX client link that you can download, and it is an installer as well. So feel free to try that if the GTK client isn't working. I'll be able to help you out less with that. It's been a little while since I've installed or used the JX client. There are some things I definitely like about it more, but there are also some things I don't necessarily like about it quite as much. And so that will be your personal preference. Some people really love the JX client a lot more than the GTK client. And by all means, I am glad that we have a choice to choose from. Yeah. In fact, I guess I could potentially even show a little bit of the JX client, right? Let's see. See if I can fire up a JX client here real quick. I'm not actually sure if I've got any windows open already for this kind of thing. Let's see. Oops. So let's fire this up and see what we've got. So again, this is the window that you might see when you first get started, and you want to be looking for our Darlantus free DNS server. For me, I can't click on that because since the server is actually in my own house, then it doesn't seem to work properly for me. So I've got to use this other notation right here. But then once you click on our Darlantus free DNS, and you'll click the power button to connect, and we can come over here and do something like video is the name of my character that I have for one of my other guys. And then we can say login, and I've got some other characters. This is exiting out the GTK client, which we can quit out of that. And so I've got a couple of characters that I can log into or with. And you can have many characters. In fact, there used to be, I think, a limit of about 14 or 15, but I understand that recently that limit has been dropped. So you can choose who you want to log in as, and I've been playing Puff the Magic Dragon for quite a while now, but I've just started a new character, Hothead, and then I've got a buyer character that buys all my equipment, since they have a little bit better, or they have better charisma, and charisma is going to help when you're doing shop transactions to get better deals in the store, so you're not paying as much for items. But I'll click on Puff the Magic Dragon, and then we can click on play, and then it will fire this up here. And so one thing about the JX client is we can move around these windows. Notice that they're a little semi-translucent right here, and we can position these wherever we want. And this is one of the aspects I really do like about the JX client. You can kind of move these little things around, and then let's move that down into here perhaps. This inventory off to this side over here. And then we've got our window where we can move our character around. This is my apartment with some things that I've collected. And once we step off the blue portal, and here we can see our map, which is all the cool stuff that's going on out here, all the party surprises, and so on. We can also do a few other things here. We can come over here on the right hand side. Let's do something here. We can come over here onto the sorry about that. I have multiple screens that when my mouse goes off the side of the screen, it will try to show you other screens which are blank right now. So we can set up status. We can turn that window off or on. You saw it flashed over here. We can turn messages window off or on. And this is again another thing I really like about the JX client is we can turn these different windows off or on. One of the biggest problems that I have at the moment is there's no easy way to scale this. At least I don't think so. Let's try that. Can we do map scale in here? Did they fix that? Map scale of, let's say 80. Yeah, it's not a valid command for us in JX client. So we can't scale the size of this. And so all of these windows sitting on top of our play window, for me, really seems to limit a little bit of that view. Although maybe someone could argue that only the several spaces around us we're really using anyway, and we can always take these windows and reduce the sizes of them a little bit this way as well. And then something else that's kind of nice about the JX client is we have a graphical display for our quests. So we can click on those and get a little bit of information about what quests that we are on or have started. And it looks like right now we still have a little bit of an error where no matter what quest I click on here in the JX client, it's showing me information about different quests, not the proper quests. So it's talking about getting out of Scorn and the Gate Pass. No matter which quest I click, it's again talking about the Gate Pass and getting out of Scorn. So there's a little bit of a bug in that right now, but we're getting that worked out. And so that's our JX client. I'm gonna start the GTK client back up. And so for the GTK client, we've got something like this. And so one of the other things that I really like about the GTK client is that when you first start it up, then you have an opportunity to see, or when you connect to a server, the news and the message of the day and the rules. Now we could see that here in the JX client if we actually typed a command to look at the news or the message of the day. But Christian, let me ask you, since you're there in chat and you're using the JX client a lot, do you oftentimes look at the news or the message of the day? I know it's been a little while since I've changed it. Over a month, I guess, month and a half, probably. There's a message of the day here as well. and a couple of useful commands, doing the chat hello command, for example, talking to global stuff. So this is something I like, and I want to do more of this more often, is to have news and message of the day. So it just seems like with the GTK client automatically popping that up, I kind of like that. And then we can, if you need to create a new account, there's the button for that. Or if you already have an account, you can just type it in here. So I'll do video, put in my password, do a login. And of course it kicks me out of the JX client right there, which we'll go ahead and stop. But then here we have all of my characters again, and it also shows me what party they're in, if I've joined multiple parties, or what level the character is. So you can see easily here, got this level 48 character is Puff the Magic Dragon. I've got some other characters here, and I can click on play and pull them up. And you can see with this, we've got these windows that we can also resize if we want to change the size on those a little bit. But a disadvantage is we can't disable these windows on the fly. So if I wanted to turn off messages, or if I wanted to turn off my inventory, no real way to do that easily except just to pull that window over a little bit smaller like that. I guess would effectively disable it. And of course my skills down here at the bottom, so we can see what skills we've got and our experience points and the level in each of these skills. So I've got 55 bargaining experience, level 1. I've got 41,000 disarm trap experience, so I'm level 6 right here. My jeweler experience, 123,000 experience points, so I'm level 7, and so on. My inventory right here, what Puff the Magic Dragon is holding on to. A bunch of monster parts, because as a dragon character, I can eat certain monster parts and start to take some abilities. I guess we'll come over here and stand next to all these people. We can see it's kind of nighttime right now, and so things are a little dark and shaded. And if we wanted to zoom in, we could. And this is, again, one of the things I do kind of like about the current values for our GTK clients. We can always just type map scale 200 and zoom in to 200% of the normal map size. So that's kind of nice that we can instantaneously change the scale of our map. And then if we want to see more of the map, then we can just set it back to something a little bit smaller. Map scale may be only 80% of your normal vision, and then that way you can see a lot more around you. So it's kind of nice to be able to change that on the fly. I also have been enjoying the fact that under the client menu we've got key bindings with a graphical thing here. We can change key bindings. One of the things that we have, where did that go? One of the things that the game allows you to do is set keystrokes to do certain commands. So my keystroke of 0 is going to apply a healing potion. Keystroke of 1 will cast our magic bullets, and so on. And some of the keystrokes can do multiple commands. So I have a keypad number 0 to use my bowyer skill, smithery, and so on, all at the same time, kind of to help me identify items. And I can always click on that and make changes to it real easily, update the binding right there to the graphical interface rather than having to try to do the command for it. So Christian is saying he didn't know such a thing existed. I think what you're talking about, Christian, is the map scale zoom, right? Yeah, it's pretty nice to be able to zoom that map in. I think it's only been around for 2 or 3 months now. And we're always making improvements. Now let's see. So this is my Puff the Magic Dragon character up here. You can see in the upper right, Puff the Magic Dragon, level 48. But today I am mostly going to be hanging out with my rock808 character, who I guess is my semi-cheated character, I guess. So I needed a character to be an admin and be able to help other players, fix problems, not die, all that kind of stuff. And so I've got an admin character. Here is this red character to do some of that, but I also have this rock808 character that I started off playing normally, but then since then have kind of cheated with him a little bit. He now has all kinds of special fancy things. Hello, Jelly Bean. How are you today? Are you watching the YouTube stream? And I think I heard someone come into the Discord stuff as well, right? We can always come over here and check on that. Christian, hey, how you doing? Yeah. Very cool. All right. How are you today? youtube.com/rock808 is the stream for anyone who wanted to watch today. So one of the things that I am able to do then with this character, as you can see my inventory, I've got tons of the cuts of meat and the coffee and all this kind of stuff. Ah, you're getting better sound from YouTube, huh? Not from Discord. That's interesting. Well, I'm glad to hear that YouTube quality is better. Well, I guess what I mean to say is I'm glad to hear it's really good. I guess I'm a little sad that it means Discord is not as good. Now let's see. Now let's see, got another friend. I don't know why my client was logged off this morning, so I'm back in. I don't know what you mean about the YouTube. Let's see. Go to youtube.com/rock808. There you go. Oops. Guess I gotta spell it right though, don't I? I am making some crazy... There we go, try that. Yep. It's okay. Got a friend that is getting married tomorrow, so busy day for her. Thanks for being in the game, though. All right. Right. Let's see. Let me do a couple of other things here. Say hi to some people. All right, very good. All right. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying here, I've got a few things listed here as, I guess, potential cheats. With the food and all the spark stuff, and of course I can generate these things pretty easily. I try not to go overboard with a lot of that stuff. I don't like to use it, but for special occasions like parties, I think I'd like to really start to do, as I was talking with a few other people, Xanax and maybe, oh, I forget what his game name is. Xanax is one of the guys, and Tom, I think, is another one. I forget what his game name is. But we started talking about doing parties like this on a more regular basis, and that would be kind of cool. So I'm thinking about designing a house. So we've got these buildings, right? For those of you that aren't too familiar with it, I've got lots of friends that, of course, y'all haven't installed the game yet, which is fine. But we've got these buildings right here. Here's the Smith house as an example. And when I come in here, then I can walk around, and of course, being the administrator right now, these monsters are not attacking me, but we can just kind of look around. So we can set up some tables and some chairs and maybe a dining area, this kind of thing, and be able to enjoy some space, maybe even have an outdoor thing as well. And something else that's kind of nice about being able to do something indoors is we could, so I've got these spark shower rods that I'm handing out for the party as well. And if I try to ready one of those, so I'm going to ready this magic item, then I can shoot it in a certain direction, and it kind of makes this very cool sparkle effect that kind of goes across the floor, and we can follow it around a little bit. And I thought that's kind of a neat effect for parties. I think right now I don't think it's going to do me any damage, but it might do other characters a small amount of damage. It is supposed to be a weapon. I've got other types of weapons also, although not on me. Let's see. Yeah, here's another heavy rod with a firebolt that I can ready. So I can shoot these things in these different directions and so on. And we can change our map scale to be 80 so we can see a little bit more. And then we can see how we can shoot it across the room like that. And it goes a certain distance there. You destroyed the table with it. There's a table there. And so we need to be a little careful with that kind of thing. But I thought it might be kind of nice to do something where we, oops, did not mean to do that. That could be a problem. 200. I thought it might be kind of nice to have sparklers and maybe some other stuff. And we can't do that out here in the main street of the city. Magic is not permitted. So if I tried to come over here again and look at my items and ready that sparkler again, and if I try to shoot it, Oh, wow. It is going. Interesting. Hope I just didn't kill a bunch of friends. Notice that some of the things are burning on the floor, so I did some damage to some people. But that's very strange, because we're not supposed to be able to shoot any weapons here at all. Let me try that again, but I'm going to try it a little bit in a more safe location, like around here. And if I fire that again, it is going. And as you can see over here, the spark shower zaps Sharon and Xanax Servant and Mrs. Xanax. So fortunately, most of my friends are not getting blown away by that. But what I was thinking about doing is making, oh, maybe it's because I'm the DM. That's why. So if I take off my DM mode, I would not be able to fire that. For example, if we hop over here as so misses me a couple of times, so at least it missed most of the time. Sorry guys, didn't mean to blast y'all. Looks like everyone survived though. But if my Puff the Magic Dragon character picks that up, and again, let's be a little bit safer. I don't mean to be blasting anybody. And we come over here and then look at our items. We see this spark. If I ready that spark and try to shoot it, yeah, see, there we go. Something blocks your use of magic. And what I would like to have is I'd like to have a place where we can go that people can shoot off party favors and that kind of thing. And maybe one thing that we could do is set up some kind of party favors that would not harm anyone. That would be the best thing to have. Yeah. And so one of the things that I've been doing here today is kind of restocking the floors. I've been asking, or inviting friends, I should say, to come in and pick up these things, the cake, the food, the potions, all this kind of stuff. And so as you can see here on this ground that I'm at, there's an empty glass. So someone did come in and drink that glass of wine, and that's always nice, enjoying the party. And there's a diamond there, but now I need to replace that, and I can replace it with any number of a couple of things. Maybe a prime cut of meat, or another bottle of wine, or maybe another glass of wine. And so I've got these keystrokes that allow me to pretty quickly put down something new. There's another glass of wine, for example. So I can come over here and I can put down some coffee and just walk around a little bit more. There's put down this another staff over there. Put down an apple perhaps. And just kind of fill it back up with some new things, potions. I am running a little bit low on some potion. So maybe that's one of the things I'm going to do right now is pick that back up. We've got plenty of these purple potions over here. And I don't want to put too many of them too close together. But one of the things that I'm out of is my key binding for number 9. Let's see what that is. Potion of Life, Supreme Potion of Life is what I've been using. And so I've got an apartment where I've got tons of things in here. And as you can see on the floor, I just have this massive amount of items that I've generated here for the party. So lots of birthday gifts, and that's why I say help yourself, there's plenty. We will definitely make more. Got all kinds of things, and I'm planning to make a few more items as well. But you know, one thing I don't see right here is the Supreme Potions of Life. And I'm wondering if I had accidentally moved them. Ah, here's some Supreme Potions of Life, but there's only 24 of them there. but I'll pick those up. I wonder if I move them around to some other place. No, looks like that's just it. Okay. So let me drop my Supreme Potions of Life, because I definitely do want to be handing those out as well. Where did those go? There's healing potions. Tell you what, let's organize this by the type of item. So all of our potions should be here together. Did I not pick that up? I thought I did. Or are those in Magic Power Potions? There we go. Supreme Potions of Life are there. So we'll walk back over here. We'll drop those on the floor. And then I get to try to generate new ones over time. Let's see. Xanax says, maybe I have a moment and I can show you where you can get more potions of life. Absolutely. Yeah, do you want to do that? That could be a fun thing to do. Tell you what, let me set a party form stream. And then, Xanax, if you want to join the party for stream, then I can easily follow you. Yeah, there you go. And now I can say follow Xanax. Oops. Follow. Unfortunately, it is case sensitive, so follow Xanax. And then it will pop me into place right next to him, and we can follow him. So it's one of the advantages of joining a party, is that it's real easy to follow someone who might know a little bit more. Oops, sorry about that. I guess I need to pay a little bit of attention here and get out of his way. So you've gone a little too fast for me here. I don't even know where we are. Hang on a second. Let me check map info here and see where we're at. So we're in Pup Town, Rainbow Red Town. I see. Okay, so we've got 3 houses in Pup Town, and it looks like we're choosing this 3rd one right here, which is practice number 2. I see. And there's a temple and treasure. Are there monsters in there? Do we want to avoid that for at this moment? I'm guessing that there's probably some monsters in there, huh? So we're in Red Town, and that's where you're saying we can get Supreme Potions of Life. Is it? It is Supreme Potions of Life in here, right? 3 houses, 3 keys, monsters in the house. Goblin. Oh, goblins. But goblins should be pretty easy, right? You want me to check it out on my own? I can say follow without anything. And then we can hop in here. Whoops. Hop in. Ah, yes. And so here we have lots of monsters. Again, I'm in Dungeon Master mode, which means that I'm not getting attacked and can avoid attacks. But as you can see here, this looks like a pretty fun place. Some zombies, some skeletons, and these gravestones right here with, say, RIP, and these grave beds are going to create more of them. And then finally there's going to be a key at the end that's going to allow you to do things. course, here's the sign that we can read before we get started. We can step on it and press the letter A. It says skeletons and zombies. And then if we wanted to open it up, I'm not going to do that right now, but we could step on this thing and activate the handle, and then the gates will go down. So that's kind of cool. And that is practice number 3. And practice number 2, here we have, again, looks like, is this madmen, I think, and ogres? So we have ogres and madmen, yep. And then, of course, the generators for them, and there's a key in the back that we can use also. And for practice number 1, this goblins and these gnolls, and a key in the back for that. Very good. So this is very much like the raffle then, isn't it, Xanax? This is very much like a raffle, maybe on a smaller scale, though. And then here, what's in here? So it looks like what those keys are going to allow us to do is each of those keys is going to get us through these 3 doors, and then finally back here there is a major potion of life, not a supreme potion, but I think most of us will be able to use the major potion of life for quite a while. Xanax, do you know right off what level of character is the cutoff between who can use a major potion and who does not? All right, Xanax, I'll see you over there on YouTube. Very cool. So I know that a minor potion of life, I think it stops working at level, like when your character is level 5, I think is the last level. And then when you get to level 6, I think the minor potion of life doesn't work. And then there is a major potion of life. I think it might stop working around level 50, perhaps. And then supreme potion of life will be if your character is above that. Oh, clicking on the potion? Yeah, we might try that. If we try to left click on the potion, we identify a major potion of life, absolutely. And if I try to identify it a little bit more, see if this is going to work for me here. I don't have that key press. I don't have that key binding set up on this character here. So it doesn't look like it tells me, but that might be a good thing to have the game tell us, right? Is what level of character it'll work on. But whatever the case, most of the players that are in the game right now, certainly a major potion of life will work for you. And what that'll do, if you die, it'll restore all of your stat points. So if we do a command that shows our stat points, our natural statistics for strength, dexterity, constitution, so on, and if we die, then one of those things is going to be reduced by a little bit. You can drink potions to regain those or gain even more of those stats to raise up. So of course this character has had a lot of extra strength potions and a lot of extra dexterity potions and so on. So we're almost, or either we are maxed out or we're almost maxed out on all of the statistics that we can have. And it's just a matter of finding those potions, potions of strength, potions of dexterity, and so on. They're very rare. And then when you die, you could potentially, and probably will, lose a temporary strength point that you can get back if you drink a potion of life. And then the level or strength of the potion is going to determine a lot of if you can use it or not. And what else do we have back here since I'm just here? We've got a scroll, and if I left click on that, is it going to tell me? Yeah, so there's a scroll of Cure Confusion. Of course, these are just going to be random scrolls, so they'll be different when you come in here, is my bet. and perceived self right there, and then a couple of coins back here as well. So we need each of those 3 keys. Looks like we've got some other things there too. There's a talisman. And what does this say here? It's made of glass, it's unidentified. If I left click on it, still haven't fully identified it. This character of mine right here is technically only level 13. It's not been through a whole lot. Again, I use this more as my admin character. Got a staff there, and if I try to identify that a little bit, let's see if it tells us what it is. Staff of Turn Undead. Again, these will be different when you come through here. They're randomized, or most of these things should be randomized. All right, that's very cool. So I didn't even know that this place existed. So thanks, Xanax, for showing this to me. So this is, let's check out map info one more time. So when we run the command map info, it gives us a little bit information about our map. So we're in Red Town right now, and the full name of the map is in Pupland, Rainbow, Red Town, and then we're just in a town. Pupland has a lot of good adventures in it. Looks like we've got a general store in here as well that I'll just go ahead and check out. And let's see, up here in the back we've got Scroll of Sensing Magic, a Staff of Sunspear. Sunspear is a pretty good weapon. And being a general store, it's just got a lot of a wide variety of items, so that's good to see. And what do we got down here? A couple of houses, Kira's Place and Jay Griffin's hut. Let's check those out while we're in here. I don't want to spoil too much by walking into doors that are supposed to be surprising. Oh. So I'm not going to go up the stairs, or I'm not going to go past that. Obviously, there could be a way to get past this gate somehow. Oh, it's nice to see they've got some flowers in here too. Now let's see. There's a fountain. See if this fountain is anything interesting here. It just says it is a fountain. Sometimes fountains give us some special abilities. Here's a boat. Probably is how we're going to get here, or one way to get here. Barracks. It's closed, it says. A summoner's house. Let's read that sign. The owner of this house is crazy. Do not talk to him, danger. All right, so again, I'm not going to talk with him myself, just so I don't spoil anything too much. But look over there to the right. Couple of doors that we can get through, and a huge amount of treasure, including a cake. Nice. And lots of other very interesting things. There's a panther that you can fight. Very cool. Thanks, Xanax, for showing me that. And then, he did it so fast though, I'm going to need to check out a little bit more slowly how to get here. So we are in Red Town's town, which we walked. We did not take the boat, so we walked there from here. And notice that we've got this cool little island with a tower. Let's check out this tower very briefly. Here's an altar that we can put some things on. It says 10 platinum to enter the watch. We're gonna not do that right now. Again, I don't want to spoil too much in here. And here's where we came from on that dragon, I'm pretty sure. And then there's a well. We can check out the well very briefly. Ah, look at that. It looks like all the walls are closed. But my bet is, and of course I'm in DM mode, so as Dungeon Master I can walk through walls and that kind of stuff. So I don't want to give anything away, but my guess is as a player, you can probably beat your way through one of these walls, or possibly one of these walls is a fake wall and you can walk through it. But I'm not going to explore too much of that right now as a DM. Maybe I'll come back here as a normal player, maybe in a stream tomorrow, and we'll take a closer look at it. But let's check out this tower and then go back this way. Looks like there's some food items over there. So this is the dragon to Pupland. Down to Red Town. Oh, Red Town. Okay. I'm just not sure that I've ever chosen to take that dragon before. Interesting. And so, of course, down here in this hole is where the raffles are. So we've got raffle 1, 2, and 3 for easy, medium, and hard. And it's kind of the same type of thing, although these are much more extravagant. So I won't do any of this right now, but I will take you through here a little bit more. So as you can see, again, I'm going to use my cheat character a little bit here, so you can just walk through the walls and such. But as you can see, there's some generators up and all around the sides, and they generate a much larger amount of monsters. So what we'll end up doing is fighting our way through this monster to get through this door, opening the lever here, which opens up all of this, and then we get to, or actually, yeah, opens that door. So then this lever opens up these gates, and then we'll be trapped unless we do something to avoid that from all these guys coming to get us. And once you're done with all of this, then there's 3 more levels to go through. So then you should get a key. You can walk through here once you have the key, and you can go on to the next level. And the next level, again, it's going to be zombies and skeletons out a little bit later. And then once you come down into here, you've got a bunch of these hill giants all right in here. And then, of course, a lot of treasure up through there, besides the fact that you can, I guess let's come all the way up. So that's not where I wanted to go. We want to come up this ladder and up this ladder. And then you're going to end up getting a raffle ticket at the end of that. And that raffle ticket, you can come over here and you can read the sign at this table here. And it says, go upstairs, of course, go into the dungeon first, retrieve the raffle ticket. That's in the 3 levels that I just kind of briefly showed. And then once we have the raffle ticket, go up to the stairs, pull a lever up there. We can come back and pull levers 2 and 3 right here, which are these 2 levers. And then a ball is going to drop down and ultimately roll down this little courseway, which normally players can't walk through. I can only get here because I'm in DM mode. And then once that ball randomly stops, it's going to fall into one of these buttons, and then based on the button that it falls into, you're going to get one of these items up here along the top. So I think somewhere there's a percentage, so you have a much higher chance to get these items here on the left, but they are worth less. So I think this first one is a tissue box, and Xanax, you've done this a lot more than I have. Can you do anything with the tissue, or is that just a, hey, here's a tissue, cry over yourself because you basically win nothing? Is the tissue really a nothing, or can you actually do something with the tissue? I don't think you can, but I'll wait for your response. And then, of course, here you've got some other things. Let me increase this, and I'm just going to walk on these items so you can see a little bit more down here what they are. Again, normally a player is not going to be able to walk over here. You've got to put the raffle ticket on to have the boulder roll out. The item will eventually appear on the table somewhere for you. But there's a potion of improvement, some kind of a ring, 10 diamonds, the mithril train. This is a really good item right here. Now we're starting to get into some good things. A rucksack is a very large sack that allows you to carry things. various keys. So a raffle key number 2 is going to let us get to an additional place with more treasure. And again, as we go up here, unicorn horn, kobold dagger, and so on, until finally Gale armor. So some pretty good items overall. Let's see. Xanax is saying in the YouTube chat here, you need to open, or you do need tissues to open some things in the guild. Interesting. And you need 5 tissue papers. Okay. So you need 5 of those things to do some things in the game. Interesting. Very cool. So they're not totally worthless. And I'm not going to show all the raffle ones. There's raffle 2 and raffle 3, medium and hard. And for myself, I have not been able to get too much past just the first room in raffle 2 before running into some things that I'm not sure what to do next, or maybe I just haven't taken the time to get past. There's a creature in there that I guess I'll wait for y'all to experience and explore that is rather dangerous. I probably would not come in here until, well, I guess we can come in this first door. So it's again set up very much the same as raffle 1, except down here you've got a lot of trolls. And I'm not going to show any more than this, so you definitely want to be ready. And these are pretty strong creatures. And when you step on this teleporter, they're going to be zapped right into the middle of them. And so it's going to be fun. Lots of possibilities for you to die in this game, so don't worry if you are taking a beating. It's kind of what happens. There are ways, of course, you can protect yourself, and some people like to play a little bit more cautiously than others, and some people like to not really worry about it too much, and just accept the fact that you're probably going to die a few times. And there are ways to get around that. There are ways to not have those effects from dying bother you. And one of those things is this Supreme Potion of Life, or Major Potion of Life. So then we can come back here on this dragon to get back to Scorn. And then we can come down through this little gateway here and walk through this passage. And here's where we're at with all of our goodies again. So very cool. So thanks again for showing me how to, or where to get the Potion of Life without needing one from the game. It is nice to know that it's fairly easy to get. A player doesn't have to be too advanced. One thing that I was worried about is with some of these items is players have to be overly advanced to get some of that stuff. Now, looks like we've got some more people enjoying some of the party gifts, so I'll just clean up the empty bottles and maybe drop around a couple more things here. We'll give a couple of items there. A couple of items on that stack. A couple of items there as well. Right. And I think we've got stuff on the floor for lots of other places, which is good. So like I said, lots of stuff to come in and grab. So one of the things that I'm going to do right now, you know, I wanted the potions of life that I was generating for y'all. And right now I can take a closer look at it. Let's come over here. So one of the things that I can do is, as controller of the game, I can come into these files and modify this stuff directly. So let's find a potion of life. Maybe there is one, or maybe there's not. No? Interesting. Oh, I think it's actually called restoration. There we go. So I've got a potion of restoration on the floor because it restores your stats. And I'm going to change it from 24 of them to 200 of them. It's my little cheat way to do that. And then we can save that file and come back over here. And then as my character, I can come back into my apartment. And on this floor tile, we now see that we have potions of life, 200 of them. There you go. So I'm going to pick up 20 of all these items. I think I can use the get command. I'm just going to scroll back through some previous things here. I'm going to get 10 of E, 10 things that have E in it, in the name of it, which means that I get 10 of most of these items. Just make sure that we got 10 of these Supreme Potions of Life, which we did, because now there's only 190 left. And got a few other things, so I'm also going to get everything with an O in it as well. So now we pick up all those things, and now it says that it's too heavy for me to pick up some of that stuff. I'm carrying too much. But then I can come out here and I can drop some potions of life down for everybody. And of course, once the party is over, I'll clean up all of this stuff and delete all those items. It's just for today and just for the party, we're doing that. But I was thinking about doing this on a more regular basis for other people when they have birthdays or they have other special days, then we might do that as well. And including things like Halloween and Christmas and that kind of stuff. I thought it'd be cool. So let's say here in the YouTube chat, how use this 2 keys from the birthday boxes? Yeah, right. So there's these birthday boxes here. And let me drop another one right here. Let me find it in my inventory. So I've got these birthday boxes. And inside these birthday boxes, I'm going to put different things throughout the day. So it will be a little different. There'll be different things in some of these gift boxes. But in this one, you can stand on it on the floor, you can middle click, and then there's a mystic key and a temple key that are in that box. And of course you can then do a right click on there and right click on there if you want to pick up those individual keys. And I don't want to give too much away. Part of the reason that I put these keys in this box is to inspire the friends and the other players that come in today to try to seek out what those keys are used for, right? So they do have a use somewhere. And if I remember correctly, they are used underneath Scorn. So you might know that we've got a lot of these places, like right here. I'm just gonna, sorry, I'm walking over people here. But we see this dark well. And we have other places down this little path over here. Oops, let me stand on top of this box right here. So we see there's a drinking fountain right there. And there are other places over here. There's another well up here. And there are ways to get underneath Scorn. And I don't want to give too much away, but those keys are most likely going to be used into that into something down there. I guess since this box is empty, well, I can put those keys back in it. And so I'm going to leave that up to you, Xanax, to go discover that. So, Sarita, thanks for the happy birthday wishes right here. I just also wanted to remind everyone, because I know some of my friends are just popping in and popping out, and even though they're leaving their characters here, they're not always watching the computer screens. So I just want to remind everybody that we are streaming live on YouTube. Of course, if you're hearing my voice, you probably already know that. But for those of you that are in the game and haven't logged in yet, you probably don't hear me yet, but you can hop onto YouTube and watch me there. Very cool. So Xanax, you've done quite a bit of stuff in the game already. Have you beaten the quests or the maps underneath Scorn, the old city? Have you beaten all that stuff yet? All right. Let's see what else we got. For anyone who's new to the game, oh, Xanax, no, you've never done that. Oh, really? You have never gone down into Scorn, into the underground city part? You want to follow me over here? Let me show you this real quick. So follow me up to the northeast by the prison. If you come up near the prison, there's this little thing in here, small well. We'll go inside of it. And there's this whole area. Have you ever been down here before? So this is a pretty big map. I would not recommend it for new players necessarily that are under level 10, I would say. And even if you're level 10, it's going to be maybe a little challenging. You can see how many creatures are coming out here. Maybe once a long time ago, Xanax is saying, yeah. So this is a huge area of interconnected maps. It is really big. It's probably 4 to 8 times bigger than Scorn is alone. Yeah, see, there we see Xanax using his magic abilities to clear out those monsters much quicker. Very good. And look at that, the path is now clear for us. And so, again, I don't want to give too much away, so I don't want to walk down in here too much, but there are lots of monsters to fight, tons of areas. Sometimes you have to maybe push your way past some boulders that are a little interesting. And as you can see, there's just a ton of things down here that are interesting. And again, with my DM skill abilities on, so lots of big, huge areas and interconnected maps of all kinds of stuff. It's just huge. All right. Little goodies you can find every now and then, but lots and lots of monsters. All right. And then even some mysteries. So you can talk to this skeleton as an example to find out some different information or new information to solve some quests. Lots, just huge, vast amounts of area. Yeah. And so this is a black key, and there are some other keys that you're going to need. But two of the keys that are in that gift box are, I'm pretty sure, related to this big area down here. And again, I put them in the gift box so players would get curious and interested and maybe come down here at some point. Yep. I can also just immediately hop over to somebody. Oh wow, nice little cool creatures you got here. So for those of you that don't know, Xanax is one of our top players in the game. We can maybe open up this little side of the window and we can run a command called high score, spelled this way, HI score, and it shows us all of the players or all the characters and what ranking they are. And up here we've got Xanax, legendary cold dragon, last seen in the map for Old City, which is where we're at right now. All right, so, and look at how much more experience over the next several players. So Croc hasn't been around for a while. I wish I'd see him back around a little bit. In fact, some of our higher level players I haven't seen very active recently. And here's my Puff the Magic Dragon character, all the way down at rank number 10. Catherine said that she would be on today as well. I haven't seen her in yet, but hopefully she'll be here soon. Speaking of which, let's pop back over to here for just a minute. And I'm just going to put streaming live. HTTP youtube.com/rock808. That way we just have that in the general section. So if anyone does come to Discord, Catherine said she might be here, but let's see exactly what she said. I think she said she might be busy. I'll try to show up, so hopefully she'll be able to make it. And if not, I understand that too. Some of us have busy lives. Only top 50, yeah. Yeah. And then I'm not sure. Look at this. It might be only the top 50, yeah, because I think that we definitely have some characters that have less than 16,000 experience. So we're only going to see the top 50 for sure. Indeed. Yeah, very cool. So anyway, I thought I'd take you down here, and if you want to stay down here and play around, you're welcome to it, Xanax. But I thought that if you hadn't seen it in a while, it would be kind of cool. And for other new players, definitely something to get inspired about. And so you'll find some keys in these white boxes for those things as well. And of course, you're going to need more. Those 2 keys that come in the gift box isn't all that you need. So you definitely are still going to have a bit of a challenge to get through all the stuff down there. All right. Going to browse the shops. Oh yeah. Xanax, are you talking about browsing the shops in Scorn or browsing the shops? I don't think there are any shops down there. Or maybe you're going to browse the shops somewhere else. Oh, look at this. We have a hide here, which I don't think I dropped. Zorn's pet pelt. Ha, nice. Looks fun. Looks comfy. All the world. Oh, okay. Do you want me to tag along with you for that? Otherwise, I will just check out the shops around Scorn. And maybe Pupland also. But one of the things that we wanted to look at, hey, Spiral. If I could spell it right. Yeah, if you want to follow, that would be quick check. Absolutely. And I can follow you right now. I can just say follow Xanax. And again, I apologize in advance for occasionally going to get in your way, but I'll try to step out of your way as soon as I can. So Xanax is going to take us on a little tour, a little world tour, in fact, of a bunch of shops all over the place, which is going to be kind of nice for us. Oh, look at all these rings in here. Tons of rings. So if we wanted to find something specific, of course, sometimes walking all across this room could be good. And talk about fast moving. Man, I am not that fast or efficient at moving yet. Oh, look in here. Lots more nice stuff in here. And in fact, where are we? In fact, I should probably just, so we're in Santo Domingo, Dominion, right there. And this is our guild's house. Magic shop here. In Brest. Wow, nice. Awesome. Always glad to see more people in our YouTube chat. Oh wow. Yep, lots of fun places here. See, looks Gren Navarre. Very cool. Wow. Just taking a world tour here real quick of our city gem shop there. Yeah, lots of cool magic stuff in here. And this is a very good thing that Xanax is doing, actually, is something that a new player will want to do on a semi-regular basis is, oops, sorry, is to check out as many shops as you can quickly because you're trying to find certain things that you want. In fact, I remember earlier this morning, 9 was looking for a Ring of War. Is that right, Xanax? Was it the Ring of War? And because there are going to be some certain magical items that are going to allow you to have certain abilities and get past certain parts of the map. So it's going to be really important for you. Yeah, Xanax is agreeing there. And so what you want to be able to do as a player is know where a lot of these shops are, so you can come and scout them out and find those magical items that you really want to be looking for. So now we're in Wolfsburg, yeah, and all the stuff around in there. Oops, sorry. Lots of shops in here, indeed. Make sure you're skimming through here to find the items that you want. Just get in your way there. Lots more items, all kinds of good stuff. Yep. Now we're in Darkcap. Yep. Oh, there's a scroll up there. So, and that's another really good point also about making sure you're scoping out all of the different shops, is the fact that one of the most important things for you to try to do as early as you can is to find skill scrolls. And so being able to look at multiple places there and finding the skill scrolls, or these rods that are right here, right? So that was something that really was a game changer for me, was finding the rods that ultimately got me to what I was looking for. So, but then we have these skill scrolls around here and so on. So really nice. And that was, oops, looks like I missed it just barely. Let's see where we were at there. And of course we're back in Scorn, checking out the gem shops and all the kind of stuff here. And this is something that I do quite regularly with y'all, is bring y'all around to these places in Scorn that you really want to be looking at, absolutely. But now you should know, or you should see, that you can get to a lot of other places as well. Very cool. And some of these places, yes, let's change our map scale to 80 so we can see farther away. And look at that now, seeing much, much farther areas. I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one who can't stay on the roads. Levitation, by the way, helps you to move faster over strange terrain as well, because sometimes some players have occasionally said that the game feels laggy, and oftentimes when the game feels laggy, it's not that the game itself is actually laggy, but one thing is that your weight, you could be carrying almost up to your maximum amount of weight, so that's one thing to look at. And another potential issue is the terrain type. And so walking over large boulders, for example, is certainly going to be slower than walking over a paved road. So levitation, of course, helps to take away that terrain disadvantage. Yep. And so here we're getting to see Xanax walk us around to a couple of different places. Here's another little place in here. In fact, oops, map info. So Youthville right here, lots of stuff that we can check out in here as well. Yep. And it's just a small little town, kind of hidden a little bit. Oh, Smartest Corpse. That's funny. Yep. Very cool. Yeah, nice little place in here. Nuremberg. Hello, Rita. Thanks for stopping by. Woohoo! Always nice to see people I know coming into the YouTube stream, saying hi to me. It's still a little odd, I guess, to be doing live streaming. I'm not used to it. Only been doing it for a little while yet. Oops, am I standing in the way of something? Sorry. I guess I have to kind of be paying a little attention to the game there. Had some lovely food. I took some pictures of my breakfast, so my partner likes to cook and has made some lovely meals for me, and so I decided to take a couple of pictures. I guess I'll post that a little bit later. Hey, Xanax, gonna be right back. Sounds good. And so while Xanax is away a little bit, I'm going to stop following him just for a minute and just check out a little bit here. So we've got things like resist life stealing with a percentage of that, and just some other things in here too. We can have anvils to create or drop certain things on there, and spells. Okay, you're back. All right, well, let me start to follow you again then. Follow Xanax again. And now we're here shooting people. My goodness. And where are we? We are in the tavern in Lone Town, just shooting people up. So Xanax, you'll have to tell me why we're shooting people in the tavern in Lone Town. Don't we want to talk to these people? Don't they have interesting things to say? As Xanax continues to blow them away. Free stuff, absolutely. So that is true. You know, there's only so much that some of these guys are going to tell you, and sometimes you're meant to kill the NPCs, right? Sometimes you're meant to kill them. I remember there was a house, and I don't want to give too much away, so I'm not going to say specifically where that was, but the very first, I think it was in fact, I think it was a rod. In fact, I think my very first rod came from killing an NPC. and that rod was actually a game changer for me in some of the stuff that I was doing, right? And so I realized that day that, you know, a lot of times the NPCs do have somewhat important things for you to say to them and information for them to give back to you. So you really kind of want to pay attention to talking to them first. But eventually, there might be some really good things that you can get from some of these people. And I'm noticing that Xanax, and of course the NPCs do regenerate also, right? So that's another thing to consider, is that if you go and kill, you know, Fred, who lives in some house, Fred will regenerate in a couple of hours. So it's not like he's dead forever. And some of these NPCs do have some interesting items on them. So Xanax, I'm not sure if you're looking for something specific right now, or are you just kind of giving us a tour? Is there something specific that you're looking for? You checked all of them. Wow, yeah. So that was a lot of shops, right? All over the place. And I know that Xanax went through all of that really, really fast, but I am positive that y'all can rewind the video, stop the video, play it, you know, in slow motion, all that kind of good stuff, and see a lot of the different places to go. In fact, I think that I might also play back, because of course I was trying to work with people in YouTube chat. I was trying to talk to some other people as well. And so I wasn't paying a ton of attention as we were zipping around. Plus, in all honesty, Xanax is just super fast. So I'm kind of curious also in exploring some of these different places, and maybe over the next week or 2 weeks or so, we will have some of these on stream. So if you're watching this stream right now, we'll probably do a few more streams over the next week or so, checking out some of these shops, because the shops and very specific items, skill scrolls, maybe a rod or two, are going to be game changers for your play. And we want to make sure that we are looking in all of at least the easiest places to get to. It's not going to be too difficult to get to some of these places. Could be really good. So Xanax is reporting back here in game chat. Yes, a ring of ruling. Xanax, did you say you found a ring of ruling just today? Ring of ruling and a lockpick of high quality and something interesting. And something else interesting. Today you found those things. Wow. So a ring of ruling is something that I'm not even sure of totally what that is. And Xanax, I don't know if you want to give it away or not, what it can do. But I do know that a couple of my more advanced players were looking for a ring of ruling recently. And then there's this amulet, and let's take a look at what this amulet is. Amulet of Magi, I see, okay. And I've heard of that before too, so that's a really important one, right? I think what that one is a pretty special one, if I remember something that somebody else said. Maybe even you had said it before also. But the Ring of Ruling was something that one of the other players was looking for, and very important. So the fact that we were just able to find it going through all these shops and maybe killing a couple of those NPCs is very important. And of course the lockpick of high quality. Xanax, so what is the lockpick of high quality? You needed to find lockpick of high quality, Ring of Ruling, and Ring of War. This is important for me to find. Yeah. So something that you were trying to do, and I think 9 was looking for one of those things also, and maybe even possibly Ramiel was looking for that stuff also, perhaps. So tell me what the lockpick of high quality is going to do for me, because all I have found so far myself is a lockpick. Hey, we're getting more people here. Awesome. Happy birthday from my sister-in-law. Thanks a lot. Always kind of cool to see people coming in here from all over the place. Don't even know where some of the people are coming from. In fact, there was someone a little earlier who was in here. I have no idea how they even knew about my channel. So it's always fun. Let's see, Xanax, you're talking about the lock picks. So there's normal, medium, and high quality lock picks. And what is the difference? Why would I want a high quality lock pick over a normal? Is it just going to be faster, or did the normal lock picks break? Let's come over here and check out what these are doing. So there's a lock pick of quality, and there's 2 lock picks right there. So says the better high quality, they open the door faster. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Can the lockpick of higher quality, can it open more doors? Or can even the lockpick of lower quality, can it open all the doors, but maybe just much slower? And what about braking? Can they brake? Does one of them ever brake? Very cool. Let's see. The better, the higher quality, the open doors faster. And do you remember when I wrote to you, they robbed you? Yes, I remember that. So one of the monsters was robbing Xanax, just stealing things off of his character, which of course, that can be really dangerous because of course you're carrying most of your good equipment right on you. And so when they steal those things, that can be really bad. They stole the lockpick of high quality from me. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's such a rare thing. Yeah. That could be pretty sad. Then you got to go find it again. So, but I'm glad you found it again so quickly. And I think you were saying the other day, how many hours did it take you to find all of those things again, or get other sets of all those things that the monster stole? Was it like 2 hours or 3 hours? It didn't seem like it was too long, but it did take you a little bit of time, I know. All right. Let's see, I said I was going to stream until 3 today, so we've got about 1 more hour on the stream. And I might come back for another short little stream a little bit later in the evening, but I definitely want to take a little break. I have not eaten much lunch yet. And so, like I said, I'll stream for about another 1 hour, and then I'm going to take a break for at least a little bit. I'll probably grab some food. How many of y'all have either seen Dune or waiting to see the new movie of Dune coming out? The trailer looks fantastic, and of course I recently watched the year 2000 miniseries, the 3-episode little miniseries. Oh, Xanax, you trying to push me somewhere? I don't mean to be standing in the way. So yeah, recently watched the 3-part little mini-series of Dune, just to kind of refresh. I'd seen it before a long time ago. Man, that was a little on the hard side to watch. I mean, the acting and the special effects back from that year, and I guess it was kind of almost there was some nudity, which was a little strange. I thought it seemed like it was a made-for-TV movie. But maybe there was a little bit of nudity for some other reason, maybe like the DVD set, I don't know. But the quality of that was really much more like a made-for-TV movie, not really particularly great. But it was supposed to be truer to the books, and so I kind of wanted to watch that first. And then I think tonight we might be watching the 1984 version, or maybe if not tonight, maybe we'll watch it tomorrow. And then, of course, the movie's coming out here in just another day or two. All right. Well, Xanax, unless you have anything more to show, I think I'll go ahead and unfollow you. That way you can be free to do whatever it is that you want to do there. Let's see. Respond to some of these Facebook messages. Make sure don't have any friends trying to find out how they can get into the YouTube stream here. All right. Very cool. Yep, Xanax, now you're just standing there. Sounds good. Sounds good. So we've got about 1 more hour. What should we do of streaming? What should we do for this last hour on stream? Does anyone in the YouTube chat have any ideas, or maybe in the game chat? What should we do for our last hour here on stream for our birthday? Oh, Xanax, I wanted to open up. So Xanax sent me a birthday package. So let's do that real quick. So let me zoom in a little bit on our game here. Map info, oops, not map info, sorry. Map scale 200. So we can zoom in a little bit. And up here, if we walk up this way a little bit, Right next to this city hall right here is this little yellow building, which is the Scorn Imperial Post Office, or IPO. And if we come inside here, you can send other players packages and letters. And so we can stand on this mailbox and apply the mailbox to open it. And if you do have any mail waiting, which it says here we don't have any mail waiting, but this is for if you wanted to send someone a letter. If you want to send someone a package, you can talk to Colette over here. If we click on her, there we see Colette, and a bunch of other stuff there. It's like she's carrying some rural guards. I guess that's in case you try to kill her or something. She can defend herself. And so what we can do here is we can say hello to her, and then she says, "Welcome to the IPO," or the post office. "How can I help you?" And then she gives us some things to say. We could either say buy or receive, and let's just check out buy first. So I'm going to say that we want to buy something, and so she'll reply back, "Well, we have a few items for sale. You can also send out letters and packages to your friends. What can I interest you in?" And so if we want to see what items that they're selling, we can just type items, or if we want to send a letter or send mail, a package to someone. So we're always going to start that with the say command. We always want to reply back with the say command. And maybe we will say items. What are you selling? And so here she says a pen, so you can actually write some letters for 100 platinum, and a literacy scroll. So here's a skill scroll. So if you started out as a barbarian character and you do not have literacy skill, you can get that for 5,000 platinum. It's pretty steep, but this is one way to do it. And then of course we can say, what would you like to buy? And here as Dungeon Master, you can also order something called a mail warning. I guess we can warn someone about something in the game. Hey, stop, beating up other players. I don't know. And so we can send out packages here as well. I can say mail, and here we can send out certain mail. So we can send a bag or a package or a carton. And so normally for the daily loot crates that we give out on Darlantus, those are cartons. They have 100 kilogram weight total. But something else that we could do here is give a smaller size package, which of course means that we're spending less money to send those items out to another player. And so anyway, Xanax had sent me the other day a couple of packages, and I wanted to open those up on the birthday stream here. So let's take a look at what we've got from him. Let's see. Where did I drop those? Oh, I don't have them with me right now. So I put them in my apartment down here into this little room over here. So here we've got From Xanax to Rock. From Xanax to Rock is a couple of these things, and it looks like they're too heavy because I'm carrying a bunch of other stuff. So let me organize my weight, my inventory by what's heaviest. And it looks like I've got a lot of bottles of wine and prime cuts of meat and stuff like that. So let's just drop a few of those things and free up a little bit more of my weight. Maybe we'll drop 15 of those bottles of wine. We'll drop 15 of those prime cuts of meat. And we could drop some of this Eswald's coffee as well. Just don't want to drop all of them. And that ought to be enough. Now I can walk over here and let's try to pick up those things again. Yep, we got them here. All right. So then what I'm going to do is walk over to my last little chest over here and have an empty room. I strongly encourage that when you are opening up strange things that you don't know what you're getting, of course I already know Xanax is not going to destroy my apartment, but you want to be very careful in opening up some things that you're not blowing up other items in your apartment. So we will drop this chest on the ground, and we will drop this other chest on the ground, perhaps. And let's see, that's the heavier one. That one's 56, this one's 27. So I think this one, we'll go ahead and open this one up first. And what did Xanax get me? So we can apply that chest, and 2 cakes and bottles of wine. Yay! So of course we can apply those and eat them up. So I will eat one of those cakes, pick up the other one, drink one of those bottles of wine. Very good. Thanks, Xanax. Thank you very much. In fact, we have Xanax to thank for all the stuff out in the middle of the city right now. I hadn't even thought to put out a bunch of stuff because I'm so lame about being conscientious of that kind of thing, that I didn't even think about putting stuff out. But as soon as Xanax sent me a package, I was like, you know what? I think I want to do something for all the players and the viewers out there as well, and kind of inspire people to enjoy the day. And then, of course, so his generosity right here is what sparked my interest in filling up all of Scorn with a bunch of gifts. So you have Xanax to thank for that. And in fact, I took one of his cakes, and that is why we now have the rock cake of tasty cake, or whatever it is. Where is that? Hiding somewhere. Ah, yes. Rock808's tasty birthday cake is actually inspired from Xanax's cake. Yeah. So thank you much again. So let's open this up, and what do we have in here? It's a little bit bigger of a gift, and let's scroll this up a little bit. Oh wow, so look at all this. We've got a crown, and we've got scrolls of, oh my goodness, is this every single one of the skills? Whoa, how nice. So I'm going to have to count these. I think they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It's stealing. 25, 26, 27, 28, 27, 28, 29, 30. Wow. Nice. That is a good collection. And so for those of you that don't have all of your skills yet, of course, look at my skill set down here. Quite a few skills have already been started. But for those of you that haven't started those yet, this is a fantastic collection of what you should be looking for. All of these skill scrolls right here. Because to advance in the game, you want to get experience for all these different types of things. It gives you greater abilities to be able to do things, but also to enjoy the game. So if once you have experience in alchemy and jewelry, for example, bowyer, and all this other kind of stuff, you will be able to create more items of your own as well. And this is the crafting aspect of the game is certainly one thing that we are working towards right now to make it even more interesting. Some of my friends aren't necessarily so interested in just grinding, battling monsters, and you know, they might find that a little boring. But they are interested perhaps in doing things like in real world gardening. And so if any of y'all that are watching this, of maybe some of my non-gamer friends, if you enjoy gardening, you can kind of think of this game very much like growing an electronic garden, where sometimes this stuff takes a lot of time. So if you like planting the flowers and the vegetables and all this kind of stuff, and then reaping those rewards later on, of course, I know one or two of y'all are going to say, yes, but planting a vegetable where you can actually eat and have nutrients for your body is so much better. And okay, I'll agree. But there is a there is a feeling of accomplishment when you grow that garden, even outside of what you could be doing healthy for your body, in that you grew something, right? Or you created whatever it is out of your garden. And it could be the same thing for any kind of art that you could be doing as well. And so here in the game, you can build up your character over time and be able to accomplish a lot more things that you can't early in the game. And I think most game players know that already. So right now I'm talking to some of my friends that are here in the stream for my birthday and might not know too much about this type of game. Maybe you're not game players, but there is this sense of being able to grow something or build something, and then being very proud of what you have built over time. And so these characters that become very powerful can get into places where you can't get into earlier on in the game. It's also, as you can see here, we've got chat going on, so people are talking, and you can join another player in quests to find solutions or find items or enjoy the game together. So there is a social aspect to it as well. And maybe one of the things that we're going to find these days is maybe more of us are staying at home or not meeting in clubs out in the general public, is we meet in places online, but we're still making friends and we're still meeting new people. I remember it might be kind of foreign to some of y'all who only meet people out in the real world somewhere, but here in the electronic world, you can still meet new people and make new friends. In fact, there were many times in my life when I have focused a lot of online time, and I was really able to foster some ongoing friendships that I've had for the last 30 years, right? Through meeting people online and the friendships that I built online. Still friends with those people years later. So anyway, getting back to this, thanks a lot, Xanax, for this. It's very good at showing new players and perhaps other people watching. Here's a great list of skills that you probably want to acquire over your time that you can start adding to the things that you can do. And so crafting items is going to be one thing where, if you're not so interested in fighting monsters, but you do want to create new things, new items in the game perhaps, or even new areas. We are working right now on a way that players can create their own maps. And I've got a player right now, I don't know if CC Austin is around, either in YouTube or in the game. Sleepy, if you're active or listening. She has created her first quest in the game, and we're adding that to the game right now. In fact, we'll come out here, and her quest is starting in City Hall. And so if anyone wants to play this, it's only available in Darlantus server right now. And coming around here, this is Regina. We ask her name. She's Regina Richland. And she's got a quest for you to find her missing fiance, right? And so I'm really very happy that we've got some players that are contributing to more and interesting content of the game. So whether that's you or not, you can be very creative. It's not just about playing, but maybe you want to design an adventure for people to go on to. And that's something else that you can feel very proud of, I think, over time, is when people explore your new creations. There's a really good sense, there's a really good feeling about that, at least for me, when I've created something and then I have other friends or even people I don't know, but I'm getting to know, explore things that I've created and enjoy aspects of something that I've done, right? I know that I'm a musician, I've done music stuff in the past, and when I create a new song, I feel the same way. I feel inspired or I feel good in general when people enjoy my music, when people enjoy the programs or applications that I've written over the decades that I've written computer code. And that could be the same thing for you, even if you don't know how to code computer games. The way that we can write quests is fairly simple, and we're trying to make it even more simple right now. But for Sleepy is her game name, to be able to come in, non-technical person at all, right? Totally not technical person, comes in here and writes a quest from an idea of a story. And now here, about 2 weeks later, we're implementing it in the game, and really just about done. I think everything is done except for maybe I might need another 30 minutes or something to polish up some things. But that's really cool, really cool. And so it's exciting to me as well when we can teach people how to get more out of some of these games, how to enjoy these games even more than just fighting monsters and building up your characters and stuff like that. So if anyone wants to help design quests or items in the game, like so here we have this cake, and that's nice, but wouldn't it be kind of fun to have a party streamer, or maybe more things for Halloween? I don't think we've got anything for a Halloween pumpkin as an example. And so maybe there's an artist out there that can help with some things like that, that wouldn't necessarily feel that they would be good game designers, but maybe even just drawing things like pumpkins and Christmas, some things for Christmas perhaps coming up a little bit later and so on. That could be good too. And then that could be your way to join our community or get involved in our community in some kind of way here. And I am trying to build a community of friends and people that enjoy this kind of thing as well. You know, Xanax is over here in game chat saying, yay, pumpkins. So it would be really cool to have some pumpkins and maybe some other types of things. Of course, we've already got things like skeletons and zombies that we could maybe do something with a little bit. But it would be nice to have pumpkins and maybe like a black cat type of a thing. I guess we could use a panther, right? A panther's a black cat. I'll have to think about that a little bit more. I've still got about a week or so before Halloween rolls around, and I kind of want to do something regularly in our Darlantus server here that is kind of community-based, where we can all come in and enjoy some time together, and again, do a stream for that as well, and just have fun. Yeah. All right. So I think I saw everything. Let me just verify. I think I saw everything in my little gift from Xanax. Certainly, we've got all the scrolls and 750 diamonds. Thank you so much. So of course, diamonds are a really nice way to hold a lot of monetary value. And so that's good. We could buy some things with that. And let me just pick up this crown here and wear it, right? So we will, there's my crown, and so we will put it on our head wearing this, and we can even take a closer look at it. So it allows us to have a little bit of extra armor, but really it's just for the effect of wearing our birthday crown. Yay, very cool. And I think I'm going to come down through here. I think I counted 30 of these skills, and I think I have 30 already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, you know what? I don't. 7 in that column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times 3. I think I've only got those 28, so I'm missing 2. I wonder which ones I'm missing, right? So I've got alchemy, I've got bargaining, bowyer. Oh, I don't have climbing. Ah, there's one that I don't have. And I have disarming traps, evocation, finding traps. Oh, I don't have inscription either. I thought I did. Or no, I have inscription, but it's not here. And I think that's because Inscription does not have a scroll. Is that right, Xanax? There's not a scroll of inscription, or were you just not able to find one? I don't think there is a scroll of it, though. But it is a skill that I have. In fact, I had to do something special for that skill. I think it's something with the pen. I had to do something with the pen. Jeweler, let's see. Oh, hiding. That's another one that I don't have. Hiding. Yep. Jeweler, I've got. Jumping, I don't have. Oh, okay. Yep, that's true. Karate, I've got. Literacy, I've got. That's a very important one. Missile weapons, being able to fire things or shoot things. One-handed weapon, I've got. Oratory. Let's see. I don't have that. Now that's singing. And I haven't had a use for that yet, but that's amazing that I've got that now. And praying. Wow, I don't have praying either. I find that hard to believe. Tell you what, let me run the skills command here, because sometimes if you don't have, here I do have oratory and praying, okay, and punching. So I do have those, it's just I don't have any skill points. Some of these things I just haven't done yet. And so that's why I have 0 experience in them. Yeah, so I do have some of that stuff. And including climbing, yeah, all right. Let's see. Sensing curse, sensing magic. Singing, though, yeah, there's singing already also. Sorcery, stealing, summoning, very important one, absolutely, but I don't have any summoning with this character. Ah, that's not good. Thaumaturgy, or thaumaturgy, I'm sorry. I finally started to say that. What did I do here? Coming over here. Let's open up another YouTube thing, and I'm going to say YouTube thaumaturgy. And just to be able to say this.
Thaumaturgy is the capability of a magician or a saint to work magic and miracles.
So how's that pronounced?
Thaumaturgy is the capability.
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy is the capability.
Yes. Right. And what is it?
Of a magician or a saint to work magic and miracles.
Magic and miracles.
Burnwitz defined thaumaturgy as the use of magic for non.
Yeah, so I think in the game what that is for is it is for our ability to look at or determine staves, wands, and rods, if I remember correctly. Once you can identify those items, thaumaturgy. Let's see, what else do we have? Throwing, two-handed weapons, using magic items, and wood lore, or woodsman. I think when you read the wood lore, you actually get woodsman. There. Yeah, very cool. So I'm interested in seeing what I don't have yet. So I'm just going to middle click on these, and it says I already possess it, then I do. But there's bargaining, so you're climbing, and let's make this window a little bit bigger there. Let's see. Disarming traps, vacation. So most of these I already have, but it's very possible that one of these I don't have yet. Looks like maybe I do have all of these. Yeah, already have wood lore, which is the woodsman. Okay, very cool. Yeah. But that is a very good list of ones that you as a player should be trying to get at. And sometimes these are really hard to find, so to be able to have a package of all these, that is an amazing gift right there. Absolutely. In fact, this is a better gift than I think I would ever give out. Sorry, guys. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that if somebody gave you a gift like this, then now of course for Xanax to give it to me, that's great. It just shows the power of his character to be able to go and find all those things, because it is very difficult to find. But for one of us to give you or a normal player a gift like this, what that would mean is you would instantly have all of these abilities, and that could lower the sense of enjoyment that somebody gets for solving the puzzles themselves and all this kind of stuff. It can really take some of the fun out of it. So it's a really fantastic thing for someone to give you all of this when they do, right? But I don't think I'm going to be giving out this package here. That is just way too good of a package to give to any of the players, because then it'll lower your play of the game. But those are amazing things. Those are amazing gifts. Thank you very much, Xanax. And I'm going to, see, here's another thing where I've been collecting these scrolls of all this stuff. So lots of stuff there, and I think I'm gonna put my little cartons down right next to this area. Very cool. And I'll come back and look at that a little bit later. Now let's see. Very good. I'm glad that we were able to open that package up on stream. That's really good. I wanted to save those packages for that. Very cool. All right, so we've got about 30 more minutes on the stream for anyone who's just coming in. Like I said, I'll probably start to stream a little bit later, maybe after I take a break for a bit. But it's coming up on, it's almost 3 o'clock my time. And so I'll take a break, grab a little bite to eat, rest my vocal cords, and we'll still have all the stuff in Scorn, all these goodies scattered around. And I do want to open up or release some other goodies as well. So for those of you that stick around in the game a little bit longer or come back in, I should drop I will be dropping a few more new and different things in here as well. And I kind of want to get ready for that, and I don't want to do that on stream. So I'll be doing that a little bit while the stream is off as well. And as you saw, there's plenty of stuff in my inventory. So again, don't feel bad about taking a lot of things. If you want to, if there's something here specifically that you want to take several of, that would be okay, because we got more. And if anyone has ideas, so Xanax, I don't know if you're still listening or not, but if you are, if you've got ideas of some things that you might want me to drop around for the rest of the day, let me know. If you've got some specific favorites, of course, we don't want to spoil the fun of the game for other players, but if there's some things that you think might be fun for them to have that are not going to be permanent items, or maybe some kind of permanent items but nothing that is going to destroy the fun for the game, then let me know what some of your ideas are. And anyone else, the reason I'm calling Xanax out on that is because he does have so much game experience. He would probably know a lot more things than most of the rest of us would, as far as what might be fun and enjoyment to have out. Oh, Balms of Return, absolutely, yes, indeed. And I think I have some of those. I might not have been putting out too many yet. Let me click back over here and sort these by types. So I think I have a Balm of Lesser Healing and also a Balm of Return. Let me just verify. Yep, Balm of Return Home and Balm of Lesser Healing. Confetti. Yeah, where's the confetti? So I don't think we have anything that comes close to confetti, which is why I wanted to pull out these packages, these gift boxes right here. And there are some that are different colors. So I wanted to bring some out that were different colors as well, which is one of the things I'm going to be doing here. And they'll have some different items in the boxes as well. The keys that are in here right now was a test to see if I could add my own items in, because there had been a monster. There had been a monster that pops out of this chest, and I didn't want to be releasing monsters into Scorn that might be doing things. So I had to make sure I could put my own items in there, and so that's what I was working on last night and this morning, trying to make sure I could get these boxes to work properly. And so now there's a few other items that I want to put in some of these boxes also, and I'm going to bring out some different colored boxes. But yeah, so let me drop a Balm of Return. And these are things that you will get also if you stay just logged into the game for a while. We will give you these Balms of, where is it here? This Balm of Return Home. And I'll put one of those on the ground right now. Let's show you what they look like here. So they're this balm in a kind of a yellowy gold as opposed to the blue for healing. And what those things will allow you to do is instantly come back to your apartment or come back to your sleeping place when you leave the game pretty quickly. There is a 5-second delay, so if you're in the middle of a heated battle, you'd have to be aware that there is a 5-second delay, and that's just to make sure that we don't have players abusing the magic too much and escaping sometime when they might be dying. But these balms are really nice. So I'll put out a few more of them, and they will help you come home if you are in danger, or even if you've just walked too far. Something else that I think I want to show here as we're ending up with our stream is this right here. This is the Crossfire Atlas.net, and this is the entire world map. And right now, I mean, this is a huge map. This game has so many areas. I think 3,000 different areas to explore. It's massive. And if we zoom in right here, this is where we're at right now. Here's Scorn. And of course, we're hanging out here, and we've got a lot of stuff on the ground. It's not a live map of what's happening right at this very moment. It's just a static map. And so here you can see where we're at, the city of Scorn. And there's little caves and other things to explore, little buildings and so on. Some of these other little farmhouses and these caves, you can go and explore and find different interesting things in those places, right? And some of you might remember for a few minutes ago, we came up to this little town right here. Xanax was showing us around that little place. If you come further up this big road right here, we can zoom out. It's a pretty long road. Then we can pop over into here as well, taking little bridges across some of these little islands, boats and so on. But see, look up here, a little hidden tower that you have to, no road that goes over there, but it's a little hidden tower way at the edge that you could try to kind of explore. And there's a bunch of other places that might be kind of hidden along the coastlines and out a little bit further away from things. Right? Again, here's Scorn, where we're at right now. So if we zoom out pretty far, here's where we're starting. So all the way up this road, down over here, across this road over here, that's Navarre on that side. There's other little places hidden in the desert that you might be able to find. Again, on the road to Navarre, you might look for something here, maybe a bending up in the road, perhaps, where there's a little bit of green land. If you're looking at this road all the way from way over here in Scorn, it's quite long, but after a big forest, then there is a bit of water and some more water, and then there's a little green patch. And so you can kind of find your way around that. Again, this is the crossfireatlas.net. There's a world map that's zoomable. You can kind of explore around a little bit. Huge area to explore, lots of places to go adventuring. This is a place that I went recently and I'm going to be going again to do a little bit of exploration. A little area down here to explore for that. Little creatures in the ice. Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to show the world map. Lots of places to explore. And lots of fun to be had there. All right. And so if you're far away from home and you wanted to get back home real quick, those bombs of return will get you back here. That's what I was getting at. So Xanax is saying we need some confetti, and I totally agree with that. I think we need some kind of little streamers, confetti. Maybe we could have a like a rod or a wand or something that shoots kind of like the flame that shoots out. Maybe what we could have is something that shoots a confetti streamer. So maybe colorful, harmless, it kind of does something fun. I think that would be a cool new item to have. And to shoot those things off, I think we would need to have a building that we can walk into. Oh, someone was mentioning like a town hall. Xenix, I think it was you actually, who might have been mentioning a place out here in Scorn that we could already go into. And I forget what you were saying, what building that was. Most of these buildings have monsters in them, right? So we don't want to just start walking into some of those for anybody. But I seem to remember you saying something about one of these, oh, the West Scorn Trade Market. I think this is it. The West Scorn Trade Market here has this huge banquet hall with lots of chairs all around it, absolutely. And we can come in here. And can I shoot I wonder if I could shoot the little sparkly from in here. So let me grab my character Puff the Magic Dragon, who's not a DM. And I've got my Staff of Sparkle. So let me just come up here and see if I can make it to the trade market. We'll come in and let's see if I can shoot the sparkly. No, I can't shoot it in here either. Something's blocking the magic. Yep. So this isn't going to work either necessarily. What about down here in the lower levels? No, can't shoot it down here either. So that's what I mean. We need some kind of a room that we can come into, that we can shoot off some things and kind of enjoy some stuff. You know, I might also talk to some of the other developers, and maybe what we'll do is we will have a different class of magical items, like rods or staves, that can be fired in town because they're not going to hurt anybody. And so they would be more like the, you know, the party streamers or confetti or something like that, right? And maybe we need a different class of weapon that is allowed to be fired where non-magical items can happen. Maybe it would not be classified as a magical item. It would also not do any damage. I'm not sure if something like that, I haven't thought of all the ramifications of that yet. So we might not want that in the game. All right. So Xanax, you're saying fallow. I'm not familiar with what you might be talking about. I think you mentioned that in reference to a room or a place to go. But I'm not familiar with fallow as a place to go. And maybe that's just an answer to something else that I had mentioned. All right. Anything else what we want to do here the last few minutes? So for all of you friends that have been sitting out here, you might not be sitting in front of your computers right now. Hopefully you will end up watching the YouTube video at some point. And make sure that you collect your gift loot crates also. So something else that I might want to do is just show y'all, you can come up to the IPO or the post office again. Remember we were talking to Colette before. You can say the word receive to Colette, and it does not need to be in capitals. We can say the word receive, and we can get these loot crates, which are going to have other items, way bread, supreme potions of life, magic potion powers. So some of the things that I've been giving out today, but also some things that I haven't been giving out today as well, could be in some of these containers. And so you get one of these for every hour that you are logged in to the game. And the purpose of that, of course, is to try to help promote players playing a little bit longer. And the more hours that you're playing, the more loot crates that you'll get. And so that's my way to try to help promote a little bit more longer gameplay. However, it also works if you're just sitting around in the game not really doing anything either. So all of y'all out here right now that are just hanging out for my birthday, make sure that you go check out the post office. There will be some other crates in there. So if you're hanging out for 3 hours or 5 hours or whatever it is, you should have 3 to 5 boxes generally. I know some of y'all have been here for 24 hours or so. Thank you very much to those friends that have been kind of hanging out a little bit longer. Helping support our server here. I guess one of the things I can do right now is I can walk around and just look in some of these shops, or take y'all, maybe we can go on a little tour. Maybe that's the last thing we'll do for the last 20 minutes or so. We'll go on a little tour of Scorn. So for new players, when you first come out, you're going to start right down in this little area right here. There's going to be a sign. It's covered up by birthday cake right now, but there's a sign that you can read that says, welcome to Crossfire, and newbies, you can check out some of these things. To the left of where we're at right now, right over here to our left, is some beginners houses that we can check out for our next bit of training. But then there's also some safe places that we can go, and we can see a variety of monsters in the zoo. We can go to the Barking Mule or taverns, as well as coffee shop, which is where we can get this great coffee. And it also is a place to start some new quests. So we can start new quests in the Castle of Scorn, and mentions the post office is a place we can go. So let's just take a quick tour of some of these places. So there's a sign right here that if we read, it says that there are beginners houses right to our west. Beginners 1 provides some valuable life lessons. Beginner 2. And we're not going to do everything in here. In fact, I really don't want to walk around with this character, because this character can see through walls and a bunch of stuff that I don't think I want y'all to have the fun knocked out of your game for that. But I'll take let's take my other character, Puff the Magic Dragon, into some of these places. So here is beginner's house number 1, and we can win. We can talk to the sage down here if we want to. We can just say hello. This is normally the way that we'd introduce ourselves to people. And the sage says, greetings, adventurer. Are you here to test your skills? And we could say, test us. Yes, say test. And then we can get a key, get the rewards. And right here, we can go through these doors once we have the key. But until we have the key, we can't go through those doors, right? Over here it says that we need the blue key. Let me make this a little bit bigger, I guess. So we need the blue key to open up these doors. So we can come up into here, and then we can go and open up these levers. And I'm not going to do the whole thing, of course, but you can fight these monsters and learn these lessons. And there are signs that you can apply these signs one at a time, fight the monsters, come up to the next sign, apply the sign, fight the monsters. And there's a bunch of stuff all the way up here that you can do different things with. Here's how to use a wand. Notice there's a wand on the floor. And how to kill these monsters. Again, read the sign, pull the lever, and so on. And so here's newbie house or beginner's house number 1. And so it has some fun stuff for you to do. You get some rewards. Here is beginner's number 2. As we can see here where we're at, beginner's number 2. And it looks pretty much the same, but now it opens up into something a little bit different. So there's different keys, different lessons to learn about doors and where to go and how to do some things. Different monsters in here that you can read. I'll just leave that for y'all a little bit later. Then we've got the inn. So anytime that you are wanting to leave the game, you can come into the inn. Probably always want to read this book, just stand on it and apply the guest book. So read it and you'll get the experience. Then you can apply the bed. If we apply the bed, that's how we leave the game. So it brings us back to this menu that we can then select our character again and come back into play to come back into the game. And so this is the way that we normally save our characters. And when we're ready to leave the game, we can go out to a bed. Here's Eswold's coffee shop. So you can talk to Eswold, and you can get a quest here, get some coffee from him, and he'll give you a quest as well. The general shop. Xanax took us over here, but we always want to come down and look for special items. Here's an amulet of resist blindness, it looks like. But there's a bunch of other stuff on the floor. We can just step over it to see what's there. And when we're satisfied, leave the shop. Here's the zoo right over here. And so inside the zoo, we've got lots of creatures that we can take a look at, see what they are. What I'd like to do for the zoo eventually, I would like to have a sign by each of these that kind of describes what these creatures are, what they do a little bit more. For right now, you kind of have to click on it and just see it's a behemoth right here, but it doesn't really tell you too much about it from just the zoo. But I think that it would be kind of nice to have more information about these creatures at the zoo. Just like you have signs at the normal zoo. Tells you a little bit about them. Over here is our undead church. Again, I'm not going to do a lot of fighting, but there's lots of zombies inside here and lots of zombies coming through the door. And so we will bust our way out real quick and leave here. I wouldn't come through the undead church unless you're level 5, 6, 7, somewhere right around in there probably, at a minimum. The arena, another place where you can fight other players. So if you think your player's pretty good and you want to take it up against another player, you can do that. There's some other books that you can read here. Signs, other people you can talk to. Lots of interesting things where you can manage your arena skills. Then there's other little houses. There's an old basement house. This one's kind of interesting because you kind of have to break your way through the walls, and some walls don't break through and some walls do break through, and so you have to find out which ones break through and which ones don't. So it's kind of fun. And there are monsters out through there, so you kind of have to find your way. The random house is just a bunch of random stuff thrown around everywhere, and it's different every time you come in. So that's kind of interesting as well. Sometimes we'll have doors that you can come through. Usually there's only one level to these, but sometimes there's a lower level that will get you more goodies. So that's Random House. Over here is Smith House, which I think I took you in as the DM, where these creatures just stood around. But here you see them starting to attack me, as my Puff the Magic Dragon is not a DM or an admin. So some battling there. Here's the Mad Mage's Tower. We will increase this just a little bit so you can see the stuff there. So Mad Mage's Tower right here in the middle. And for this one, I don't think we can go up these stairs. So you can stand on the stairs, but we cannot go up the stairs until we have a until we pass the quest for this guy. So if we say hello to this guy right here, then we need to be able to, hey, I really want to talk to this guy, so yes, please talk. And how am I going to know? Again, I'm not going to walk you through a bunch of quests, but we can talk to these people and try to find a way to get up the stairs. Yard's house is kind of fun. Again, kind of puzzles in here that we can try to solve. Keys, secret doors that we can't get through right now. How do we get through that door? Or down here, how do we get through this door down here? So that might be kind of fun to solve some of those puzzles. If you like puzzle games, and there's definitely some puzzles to solve. Let's see. Other places to go and take a look at. Again, fighting monsters, finding the treasures, swords and keys galore. you can find. Killing the monsters allows us to get access to some of these things that we find on the floor. And then just stepping on those portals to get out. Harry's Place. A little dungeon here. Map that has, maybe this would be a fun place to come for Halloween. Ghosts and zombies in there. The fun house. Lots of monsters up and down these corridors. We won't go through right now, but House of Doors. So this one's kind of interesting. Lots of doors in here. And some of them are trapped, some of them are not trapped. And you can try to fight the monsters. And there's just a ton of doors all right in here. Xanax is saying, I don't have phones. Did you say something to me? No, I did not have, I don't think I said anything. I might have, but I forgot. Here, looks like I've got some keys in my rucksack that I could use on this door, but we're not going to spend any time in there right now. House of Porters. So teleporters, and I'm not going to step on this teleporter right here. Sometimes the teleporters will automatically zap you somewhere, sometimes they won't. Here it says, do not use unless you're at least the 3rd level, which is pretty easy to get. But it might mean that you have to be 3rd level in a specific skill. Lots of interesting things in here that we can get pretty easily. It's right off the bat, huh? Lighting Emporium, if you need some kind of lighting, and there are lanterns and other types of light, including some magical light in here too, I do believe. Yep, down here we have some different things of magic mapping, X-ray vision, and sometimes there's light scrolls and so on. Flint and steel, if you want to spark up your own light. Then we have Wizards Workshops. You might need a little bit of gold to come in and do stuff in here. So you drop 200 platinum to get entrance to some of these places. There's a kitchen, more people to talk to in here. You can practice your cooking skills. I know a couple of friends of mine that might like to practice their cooking skills. Jewelry Workshop. Need to drop some platinum on there to get inside that building. Bowyer Workshop again, create new bows and weapons. Tannery, make some armor. Chess. So in here, if you like to play chess, you can play a real game of chess with other players. So as you can see inside there, you'll pay a little bit of money, 100 gold coins, to open up these doors, and then you can move around these chess pieces, and it's kind of fun. Can I shoot off my weapon inside here? I kind of wonder. Let's find that spark shower again and see if I can shoot it in here. Doesn't look like it. I have 10 charges left, but it's not shooting. Oh, maybe I didn't ready it? Yeah. Not allowed to shoot it off in here either. Something's blocking the magic. All right. The library. Lots of good literacy experience inside here. And so we can walk through these doors because we have a library card and lots of books to read. And these books will tell you a lot of stuff about the game as well. So if you're kind of interested in learning about the game from inside the game itself, then you can read a lot about some things that are going on. And I won't spend the time to read it all for you right now, but I'll just come around here and apply a few of these books. And if you wanted to pause the video, and some of these are random books, and so every time you come in here, they will be slightly different, or could be slightly different. So you'll want to come in here maybe multiple times. If you need a library card and you don't have one, you can come over here and step on this mat. Brings you upstairs, so then you can see unpaid library cards. And if you needed to look at how much they were, it's about 260 platinum for my character right now. So it's again another reason you might want to buy your character with higher charisma that will have cheaper items. All right, folks, that's just a short little introduction, and lots more buildings to explore. We will continue to have the party for the rest of the day. So come on in to Scorn, come on into the game. Go ahead and download it. Let me show you again real quick. If you're just watching the video, I've got lots of friends who haven't downloaded the game yet and might not be too sure about it. So did a little bit of introduction here, but if you come over to Darlantus.com is the website. You can join our Discord, which I would recommend that you get an account on Discord also. That's going to be the place over here where you can talk about things outside of the game, either through a web browser, or there is an app for Discord that you can get, either a phone app or something. And it's kind of like another chat system. And we have it categorized into different sections: general, how to play, suggestions and bugs if you find those, clips or highlights. So if you are playing the game, you can show little clips or highlights of things. And so we have screenshots of various stuff in there, off topic, half serious stuff where people are having fun outside of things that are a little more off topic. But in the general section, of course, we're just chatting, and of course here I'm mentioning things about what's going on. If you've got stuff that you want to chat about, it's a good place to chat. If you are wanting to get into the game though, back to Darlantus.com, not only joining our Discord could be good, and you'll get lots of help from there, but showing you how to download the game client. So just download the game client, exe file for all of you Windows folks, and then you should be able to run that. You'll probably look for the Crossfire client GTK exe file, and then when you launch that, there's going to be other servers. You want to make sure you get connected to our server and the one that I'm running. So that is going to be Darlantus. So you want to look for darlantus.freedns.org. It should also mention my name, rock808, back here as well. And that's the one that you want to connect to. Just make sure that you, or you could type it in here, but it's easier just to click and then click on connect, and then you should be in the game. And if you need help, like I said, for my friends on Facebook who aren't in the game yet, or who don't have Discord yet either, then yeah, send me a message on Facebook or email or wherever, Telegram or wherever else that you have connectivity to me. And I'll be happy to step you through the game, get you started, take you through a tutorial. There is some really nice and easy tutorials when you first get started. And I have some videos on YouTube here about how to get your character started as well. And I need to do another one that's a little bit shorter and more direct, just on that kind of thing also. But yeah, come say hi to us. So I'm going to go ahead and end stream right now. And like I said, we'll still be in the game, and I'll be looking at the game and responding to people here in the game chat and on Discord. Just not on the YouTube stream anymore. And then maybe we'll stream a little bit later as well. All right, folks. Thanks for stopping by, everyone, in YouTube stream. Really appreciate it. Glad that y'all were able to stop by. Really means a lot when y'all say hi in the YouTube chat as well. Thanks so much. Thanks, Aisha. Glad that you were here. Indeed. And I guess we will, I think that's what I can do right there to kind of give us a goodbye. We'll come back later type thing. Make sure that you click subscribe and like and share and all that kind of stuff. We really are trying to build our community. So that's always good to help a little bit with as well. And I'll be seeing y'all next time.